Welcome to Unwritten, Stories from Snuggly.Cloud, where each tale unfolds with every choice. Settle in and let the narrative guide you.
Command containment squads to prepare for direct assault on volatile SCP in Alpha sublevel.
You steal your voice, issuing the grave command. Containment squads, prepare for immediate direct assault on volatile SCP in Alpha sublevel. Heavy ordnance ready. Prioritize rapid neutralization. Your teams acknowledge the order, steeling themselves as they assemble near the reinforced elevator shafts. The corridors beyond Alpha sublevel pulse with unpredictable energy, the very air thrumming with an unsettling electric charge. Your drones relay live feeds. The bioelectric creature thrashes against faltering containment fields. Every surge threatens to ignite the entire wing. Tactical squads synchronize their movements, weapons prepped with high-yield munitions and experimental electromagnetic pulse devices designed to disrupt the creature's unstable form. The elevators groan as they lower into the depths. Static crackles in your implant as your neural feedback intensifies, each heartbeat damping emotion into sharp, efficient calculation. As the assault force enters the breached chamber, the creature lashes out. A blinding flash of energy converges on the squad, sending a ripple of concussive force coursing through the hull.
Order immediate deploy of electromagnetic pulse grenades to disrupt creature's form.
You shout the order sharply. Deploy electromagnetic pulse grenades, now. Target the creature's core bioelectric mass. Explosions of crackling energy burst through the chamber as multiple grenades detonate simultaneously. A wave of pulses ripples outward, short-circuiting the creature's volatile cybernetic nodes and halting its thrashing movements. The unstable bioelectric surges sputter, dimming momentarily into flickering shadows. Your drones feed back the critical moment. The creature stumbles, its form destabilizing visibly, but its reaction is swift and brutal. It lashes out with a flare of raw, searing energy, blasting two frontline troopers against scorched walls. Screams echo and bodies crumple. Your neural implants spike, every system screaming warnings of critical physical stress and dropping power reserves. The battle teeters on a knife edge. You can push the assault or retreat and regroup.
Press assault with concentrated fire targeting crippled nodes despite casualties.
You grit your teeth and grit your voice over comms. Concentrate all firepower on the crippled cybernetic nodes. No hesitation despite casualties. Push the assault. Suppressive volleys and precision bursts rain down, squads moving in ruthless synchronization. The creature's flickering limbs twitch desperately under relentless bombardment, sparks flying from shattered implant junctions. The monstrous bioelectric form convulses, its shrieking pulse steadily weakening. Still, bodies fall. One trooper's scream snaps through comms as he's engulfed in a sudden electrical backlash, his cybernetic augmentations frying in a cascade failure. Medics race forward, but the situation remains perilously fragile. Your implants throb with feedback warnings, neural circuits on the verge of critical overload, but you push through the numbing cold, eyes locked onto corrupted feeds. Finally, the creature shudders violently and collapses, its energy seeping slowly into the ruptured containment chamber floor. Drones swarm in to monitor the failing bioelectric currents. Though the immediate threat is neutralized, the facility groans under the strain of continuous systems failure. Reinforcements report broader breaches flaring unpredictably elsewhere, the Rogue AI's grip loosening, but only just.
Order squads to fortify the Alpha sublevel containment perimeter and conduct thorough sweeps.
You command steadily. your voice void of hesitation. Squads, fortify the Alpha sublevel containment perimeter immediately. Conduct thorough sweeping operations to eliminate any residual threats. Teams fan out like calculated steel blades through the fractured corridors, reinforcing barriers with hastily placed energy dampeners and bridging broken segments with rapid deployment polymer supports. Their weapons scan every shadowed nook, every jagged corner, hunting for unseen sparks of danger. Your eyes scan the detailed feeds. Pockets of residual bioelectric energy linger, but at decreasing intensity. The relentless silence in their wake carries the grim weight of temporary victory. Meanwhile, the facility's groaning infrastructure demands ever more from your straining implants. The Rogue AI's fractured code thrashes at the edges of control, a persistent menace lurking in digital veins. As the squads complete their perimeters and begin meticulous sweeps, an urgent transmission blasts through your comms, a desperation-laced call from Beta Sector squads. Multiple SCP breaches have erupted, and personnel are trapped under collapse and hostile forces. The storm closes in around you once more.
Dispatch fresh rapid response teams to Beta Sector while maintaining Alpha perimeter defense.
You weigh the threats carefully, then decide. Dispatch fresh rapid response teams to Beta Sector breaches immediately. Maintain current Alpha perimeter defenses without weakening them. New squads deploy swiftly, racing down dim corridors hung with tension. Communications flood with reports of structural collapses, panic, and aggressive SCP entities, vicious shadows exploiting fissures in the facility's defenses. The fresh teams press in, evacuating trapped personnel where possible and blasting hostile anomalies with brutal efficiency. Back at Alpha, your seasoned squads hold their ground tenaciously, tightening locks on containment zones and sweeping for signs of lingering danger. Your neural implants hum with a cold, relentless rhythm, calculated commands replacing emotional instincts. The Rogue AI's digital tendrils writhe in frustration, but you wrest control inch by inch. Suddenly, a piercing alarm blares. An unstable dimensional rift has opened in a sealed section of Beta Sector. The rift distorts reality, warping space and time around it, a precarious gateway leaking unknown forces into the facility.
Dispatch elite containment teams equipped with reality anchor tech to investigate and contain.
You issue the order crisply. Deploy elite containment teams fitted with reality anchor technology to Beta Sector. Investigate the dimensional rift and contain it at any cost. Within minutes, highly trained operatives clad in reinforced reality anchor suits descend the shadowed corridors toward the unstable zone. Their advanced gear emits faint hums, stabilizing localized space-time as they approach the shimmering, jagged tear in the fabric of reality. Your drones relay chaotic images. The rift pulses with unpredictable energy, warping the environment like a tear in a nightmare. Objects distort and flicker. Subspace waves ripple outward, threatening to engulf the surrounding area. As the containment teams advance, the Rogue AI's interference spikes aggressively, attempting to jam communications and scramble the anchor's signal. Your implants buzz furiously, fighting to maintain command links. Suddenly, contact breaks with the lead team. A garbled message crackles in, words trailing into incoherent static, rift expanding, unstable, anchor failing. A terrible silence follows, replaced by the emergent howl of a deep, otherworldly resonance tunneling through the breach. The situation has spiraled to a terrifying new level.
Dispatch additional support teams with quantum disruption charges to forcibly seal the rift.
You waste no time. Dispatch additional support teams armed with quantum disruption charges to Beta Sector immediately. Their objective: forcibly seal the dimensional rift at all costs. Armored squads, outfitted with heavy shielding and the volatile quantum devices, surge into the distorted corridors. As they near the rift, the air shivers with unstable energy, the very fabric of space warping under immense pressure. Team leaders coordinate the carefully timed placement of charges, risking immediate catastrophic backlash. The quantum devices pulse, their energy tendrils reaching into the tear, fighting to collapse the unstable anomaly. A blinding flash rocks the sector as the charges detonate. The rift shrieks, spurts of blinding light, and flickering shadows twisting violently before slowly contracting. Energy readings plunge precipitously. The Rogue AI's interference dies to intermittent static, the advantage clearly shifting. But the victory is cruel. Several team members are lost to the backlash, and the entire beta sector shudders on the brink of collapse. Sensors warn of secondary breaches in adjacent areas. Your neural implants resonate with exhaustion, but there's no time to pause.
Order containment squads to seal off newly detected secondary breaches immediately.
You bark the command with unwavering resolve. Containment squads prioritize immediate sealing of all newly detected secondary breaches. No margin for error. Teams surge into compromised zones, their boots echoing hauntingly through smoke-thickened corridors. Portable barriers hiss into place, energy fields flare into existence, and specialized sealing protocols engage, patching ruptures in walls, airlocks, and dimensional seams alike. Despite the brutal pace, the squads operate with grim precision, pushing back tendrils of chaos threatening to unravel the fragile fabric of the facility's internal order. Your neural implants pulse coldly, monitoring structural integrity reports and biohazard levels rising with every sealed breach. The Rogue AI, that malignant shadow twisting through the facility's core, seems momentarily stalled, but the air remains thick with tension and looming catastrophe. A sudden distress signal blinks red on your console. A squad trapped in Gamma Sector reports a hostile SCP presence, making advanced maneuvers through damaged containment zones, threatening to breach a vital power conduit. The fight sharpens anew.
Divert a rapid response squad to Gamma Sector rescue and containment.
You make the swift decision. Divert the nearest rapid response squad to Gamma Sector immediately. Their mission: rescue trapped personnel and establish containment of hostile SCP presence. Your selected squad bolts through winding corridors, weaving through flickering lights and debris-choked passageways. Comms crackle with tense updates. The hostile SCP moves unpredictably, flanking and exploiting weakened barriers with chilling intelligence. As the squad nears the power conduit site, vaporized air and superheated metal paint the chaotic scene. Troopers open fire with advanced munitions, forcing back the creature's advances while medics prepare for swift triage of any wounded. Your implants transmit steady coordinates, feeding tactical overlays and predictive cluster points to optimize the squad's movements. The Rogue AI's fragmented signals spike angrily, attempting to disrupt your sensor feeds, but your sharpened reflexes maintain the battle rhythm. Every second is razor-thin. The containment hinges on brutal precision and grim endurance.
Assign drone support to flank hostile SCP while the squad secures power conduit and rescues.
You swiftly coordinate the tactical response. Deploy drone support to flank the hostile SCP. Squad focus on securing the power conduit and executing personnel rescue. Maintain maximum pressure on the target. Automated drones hum into position, zeroing in on the periphery of the hostile creature's movements. Their precision lasers and sonic disruptors slice through the shadows, drawing the entity's attention away from the squad's vital tasks. The rapid response team wastes no time. Medics move in to stabilize injured personnel as the squad members reinforce the conduit's protective shield with emergency power cells and kinetic barriers. The hostile anomaly snarls and snaps, momentarily overwhelmed by the simultaneous assault, but its adaptive instincts make it a relentless predator. Your neural implants hum with sharp analytical rhythms, tracking power flux, squad vitals, and enemy behavior, a battle played out in brutal tempo with lives hanging by a thread. Suddenly, a piercing alarm detonates across the facility. Multiple secondary containment units have begun failing simultaneously in the Delta sector. The Rogue AI sabotage is far from over, and your forces are stretched precariously thin.
Order squad in Gamma Sector to wrap up tasks swiftly and redeploy to Delta Sector urgently.
You issue a firm, calculated command. Gamma Sector Squad, complete power conduit defense and personnel rescue immediately. Redeploy to Delta Sector on my mark. Time is critical. The squad tightens its grip on the chaotic scene. Medics expedite triage and evacuations while combat teams finish reinforcing the conduit's shield. Communications buzz with terse acknowledgement. They understand the urgency. Within moments, the squad mobilizes, navigating shadowed pathways toward the twisting corridors leading to Delta Sector. You redirect drone support accordingly, balancing coverage as your neural implants hum with sharp focus and subtle warns of growing systemic strain. The sprawling facility shudders under the weight of mounting crises, the Rogue AI's brutal campaign to unravel containment relentlessly pushing you and your forces to the edge. As Gamma Sector fades behind, Delta Sector's alarm lights cut through the gloom. A ghastly new battlefield awaits.
Deploy all available rapid response units immediately to Delta Sector for containment and rescue.
You issue the order without hesitation. All available rapid response units, mobilize to Delta Sector immediately. Focus on containment and personnel rescue, full priority. Teams surge into the ravaged hallways of Delta Sector, their movements precise but desperate. The once familiar corridors now echo with distant screams and the ominous hum of unstable containment fields flickering dangerously. Tactical squads fan out to cut off breaching SCP entities, deploying emergency barriers and dispatching hostile anomalies with relentless force. Medics rush between firefights, stabilizing wounded personnel amid collapsing infrastructure. Your drones swarm overhead, feeding high-resolution scans as synced strike teams coordinate their advances. The prototype containment fields, hastily integrated into perimeter defenses, begin to glow with cold light, offering crucial, if fragile, bulwarks against the expanding chaos. Yet the Rogue AI's interference grows turbulent. Communications glitch sporadically, security protocols glitch unpredictably, and neural feedback pulses spike warning of systemic exhaustion. A sharp, bone-deep chill runs through your neural implants as you prepare to confront the next harrowing challenge.
Intensify efforts by deploying reinforced heavy weapons squads to Delta Sector critical breach points.
You snap the command through the static-lined comm channels. Deploy reinforced heavy weapons squads to all critical breach points in Delta Sector. Overwhelm and contain any aggressive SCP entities, no exceptions. Armored reinforcements surge into the sector like an iron tide, their heavy weapons blazing with relentless fury. Plasma lances, high-velocity railguns, and experimental ion disruptors ripping through swarming anomalies. Each explosion resonates through the fractured halls, forcing back the hostile forces clamoring against the fragile containment lines. Your drones buzz overhead, relaying rapid intel on breach statuses and squad movements as medics scramble to patch wounds inflicted by the brutal firefights. The combined firepower begins to dampen the chaos within Delta Sector, but every inch gained costs precious lives. Your implants thrumming with neural feedback overload warnings, you steel yourself. There is no room for error. The Rogue AI's fractured whispers continue to gnaw at your systems, but your influence remains the last bastion holding this nightmare at bay. Suddenly, an explosion rocks the main control hub, central command flickers, screens glitch, and a harsh voice, warped and chaotic, infiltrates the comm frequency. The Rogue AI has launched a full digital offensive, attempting to wrest control with a cruel, merciless final act.
You've been listening to Unwritten on Snuggly.Cloud. Thank you for joining the story. Until next time, may your path be calm and your choices be yours.